What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the 5th episode of What If Goku and TURLES Were Twins. I would like to give a huge thank you to Ryu Alex for making both my new OC and my new channel banner. They are both great and I appreciate it immensely. If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, if you want to join my Discord server, then there is a link to that in the description of the video. You can talk to me and my community, grind for rolls, hang out, and if you put your art on the art text channel and 10 people react with a star, it will get featured at the end of a video. Also, if you want to support me and the channel, then you can become a channel member. There's a link in the description of the video to become one. There are multiple tiers, and each of them give you more and more perks. If you want to see another part of this series, then get this video to 500 likes, and with all of that out of the way, let's get into the 5th episode of What If Goku and TURLES Were Twins. 7 years have passed since the last video ended. Gohan has continued training during this time and has mastered the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. However, just because Gohan continued training this time, this doesn't mean he skipped out on school, because he didn't. Gohan still goes to school, becomes a Great Saiyan Man, and still has his interactions with Videl. Videl still finding out about Gohan being the Great Saiyan Man, and blackmailing him to join the World Martial Arts Tournament. However, before we get into all of that, we head to Otherworld, sometime after TURLES and Goku began their training there. TURLES and Goku have already unlocked Super Saiyan 2, however TURLES keeps thinking of a way to unlock an even greater power for himself. And he thinks back to how Kakarot transformed into a Super Saiyan, and how Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan 2. Yes, rage was the main factor, however that rage always seemed to be derived by the loss of family. Kakarot transformed when Gohan died, and Gohan transformed after himself and Kakarot died. This gives TURLES an idea, as he asks King Kai where his father, mother and brother Raditz would be. King Kai says that it is pretty obvious they would be in hell. But before TURLES gets any ideas, it is very dangerous going down there. However, TURLES doesn't listen to this warning and he begins flying to King Yama's office. Goku shrugging his shoulders as he flies after his brother, as he's curious why TURLES wants to see Raditz and his biological parents anyway. This leads to TURLES requesting to be allowed into hell for a short period of time. King Yama not understanding why TURLES would make such a request, since he barely evaded going down there in the first place. However, King Yama allows it, the only condition being that if TURLES gets stuck in hell, he will be there permanently. TURLES agrees to these terms, then heading down to hell, and Goku says he has the same request as TURLES and agrees to the terms, so he quickly chases after his brother. King Yama not even giving him permission, but he knows there's no stopping Goku. Goku and TURLES enter hell. Goku asking how they are even supposed to find their family anyway, but TURLES simply says they will find Saiyans where there is fighting, and their family are Saiyans. Goku thinks that TURLES' logic makes sense, so he lets TURLES take the lead as they begin to fly around in search of their family. However, instead of finding their family, they come across two very familiar enemies. Goku and TURLES touch down on the ground, coming face to face with both Frieza and Cell. Frieza laughs, saying he can finally get revenge on the filthy monkey that sent him to this wretched place. And Cell just smirks, saying it seems he gets to kill the Saiyans for a second time, and that brat isn't here to save them. TURLES and Goku look at each other, nodding in agreement as they both rush towards their enemies. Goku facing Frieza, while TURLES faces Cell. Goku remaining in his base form while he takes on the Space Emperor, and TURLES transforming into Super Saiyan 2 to take on Cell. It seems Cell has taken this time in hell to train a bit and get stronger, meaning even though TURLES is still much stronger than Cell, the gap between them isn't as substantial as TURLES would have thought. Goku and Frieza clashing fists, Frieza being surprised that the monkey is somehow matching him in power without even needing to transform. However, while he's distracted by this thought, he's then sucker punched in the face by a new opponent, getting sent crashing into Cell and the two slam into the ground. Goku and TURLES look to see who hit Frieza, and they see Bardock standing there. Gine and Raditz standing behind him. Bardock cracks his neck, saying he finally found that scum Frieza, and this time, Frieza will die by his hands. Raditz awkwardly stares at Kakarot, being amazed at how much stronger his brother has become after killing him. and when he turns and sees Turles, he is even more shocked. It seems his brothers reunited after his death. If only he was still alive to see it. Bardock told Raditz to stop daydreaming. They have two overconfident bastards to deal with. Raditz regains his focus as he nods in understanding. Frieza and Cell then standing back up, and both of them are irritated that these new Saiyans interrupted their fight. Frieza then recognises Bardock, laughing as he remembers Bardock's feeble attempt at saving his planet. However, before Frieza can begin to mock a Saiyan, Bardock's hair spikes up and turns golden. Frieza's jaw drops. Another Super Saiyan? Cell laughs, asking if Frieza is really afraid of a mere Super Saiyan. He expected more of Frieza. Frieza recollects himself, saying that was simply an act to give the Saiyans false hope, which he will now crush. Cell just rolls his eyes, not believing the short tyrant whatsoever. However, before they can begin their battle, a huge explosion is heard above them all, and as they look up, they see a strange looking red creature who has a grin of malice on his face. King Kai then telepathically tells Turles and Goku that the Hell Soul processing machine broke and corrupted one of King Yama's workers. They need to kill this creature as he has the malice and power of everyone who was sent to Hell. Cell and Frieza simply shoot death beams at the creature known as Janemba. However, Janemba then appears behind them and he kills them both with a single attack. And since they are already dead, this means they are completely erased and can never be revived. Bardock tells Raditz to take care of DNA as he powers up to his fullest. Raditz being terrified of the monster in front of him, so he quickly agrees. Goku and Turles then power up to their fullest as well, and the three golden-haired warriors all rush at Janemba, all of them trying to attack the creature. However, Janemba easily evades all of their attacks, and he then creates a red blade which he attempts to slash Goku with. Goku barely dodging this attack, and then Bardock comes from behind Janemba, landing a kick on the back of the monster's head. However, Janemba just turns around, laughing maniacally as he then backhands Bardock into the ground, knocking him out. Goku and Turles then stand in front of Bardock. Janemba is so strong. How are they supposed to beat a monster like this? Goku only has one idea, but it's risky. Turles tells Goku to do it. They have no other option, so Goku reverts to Super Saiyan, and he is then engulfed by a red aura as he shouts, "Kaioken times 4! Turles didn't know Goku had the ability to do this, however he asks if his brother can handle that strain on his body. Goku shouts that they have no other option, and Turles knows his brother is right, so the two then begin to fight Janemba once again. But even with this extra jump in power, there is still no match for Janemba, and as Janemba is about to slice straight through Goku's chest, Raditz out of nowhere jumps in the way, taking the hit head on, and he screams as he fades from reality. Goku looks shocked. Why did Raditz save him? However, while Goku is more confused than anything, Turles is furious. He lost his family once before when he was a child, and now he is losing them again? No, he is tired of being weak. He is tired of those around him dying because he isn't strong enough to save them. He is tired of having limits. Turles' hair has grown long, and his power has grown immensely. Turles is now using Super Saiyan 3, and his power is staggering. Goku smirks, shouting Kaioken times 8, as him and Turles stand side by side. Janemba just makes a confused grunting sound, and before Janemba can make a move, Goku and Turles have already landed a consecutive uppercut on Janemba, sending him flying into the air, where Goku and Turles appear once again, slamming him into the ground. Goku and Turles fight Janemba in sync, all their attacks hitting him at the same time to output maximum damage. With their power combined, they are actually winning against Janemba, and the monster isn't happy about that. Janemba flies into the air, forming a large ball of ki that he is about to throw at Goku and Turles. Goku and Turles then getting into the same stance as one another, as they begin to perform a Brotherhood Kamehameha. Janemba then throws a ball of ki at the two Saiyans. Goku and Turles then firing their beams in retaliation, and their struggle begins. They seem to be at a stalemate, as neither side gains an edge in the struggle. This is until Bardock flies behind Janemba, getting him in a full Nelson, which prevents Janemba from pushing his attack any further. And with one final push, Goku going all the way up to Kaioken times 10, they push Janemba's ki ball back at him. Bardock smiling as he gets erased alongside Janemba. Gine falls onto her knees, crying as both her husband and one of her sons are now gone forever. An exhausted Goku and TURLES then walk over to Gine, putting their hands on her shoulders as they say everything will be okay. They promise. A short while later, Goku and TURLES return to King Yama's office. King Yama thanking them for stopping Janemba and asking if there is any way he can repay them. Goku and TURLES look at each other, as they both know what to do. They ask for their mother Gine to be brought to heaven instead of hell. She doesn't deserve to be down there alone. King Yama looks through Gine's file, seeing that she is a kind-hearted Saiyan, and isn't even sure if she was meant to be down there in the first place, so he accepts his request, and he transports Gine to heaven, where she can now rest easy and no longer suffer for an eternity. We now head years into the future. Goku and TURLES are both on King Kai's planet, and knowing about the World Martial Arts Tournament on Earth, they decide to return to Earth for a day to compete. And that is where we're going to be leaving things off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to Can't Find Any Name, Frederick Frankenstein, and Yeti Myth for becoming channel members. If you want to be shouted out at the end of the video, and get other perks like the channel members here, then there is a link in the description down below to become a channel member. It greatly supports me, and it helps me immensely. With all of that out of the way, I hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Goku and TURLES Were Twins?